and it's mostly working. Wow, I've never put up the whisker pole myself before. That was interesting. Not too bad, but it's I'm trying to protect the Genoa from collapsing every time we roll off a wave, and it's mostly working. At least it's not collapsing completely and then blowing and really twanging all the standing rigging, so I'm happy about that. I've still got the AIS going off every once in a while with a dangerous target, and there is nobody around us. The closest guy is about 7 miles behind us, and his closest approach is supposed to be about 4 miles in an hour. So I don't know what the AIS is on about, unless there's some kind of like whales or something that are sporting AIS, and every once in a while they'll come up to the surface. I thought this is a submarine practice area, but I can't see that a submarine's going to have their AIS on and pop to the surface every once in a while. That doesn't make any sense. Anyhow, who knows? And it doesn't show me what the target is, so I have no idea. I'm going to eat some dinner now. We are now officially halfway. Woohoo! So that was 10 hours. 10 and a half hours. We've slowed down to about 4 knots, which is fine because the seas have moderated. I'm quite happy to just, you know, gently through the night. The AIS is still giving me fits with dangerous target alerts. And I do have a target over here, but his closest approach, like I said before, is 3.6 miles or something. So I don't know what AIS is on about, but it'll keep me on my toes at least. It has been right about some of the targets, so I can't complain. Probably my last recording while you can actually see my face without being all green. I'm setting an alarm now for every 15 minutes. I'm going to have a bit of a sleep and wake up and take a look around. Oh, it makes me tired just thinking about it. And that's about it. I've got the nav lights on. The main is put away. I'll show you. And I've got the Genoa pulled out alone. I've eaten, I've washed up, I'm ready to sack out here a bit. The winds have dropped and we're only doing about 4 knots under that Genoa, but that's okay with me because I'm quite happy with a calm and relaxing evening or night, as long as we're still moving at 3 or 4 knots. Absolutely fine with me. If it goes under 3 knots, then I'll have to put the engine on, but you know, I'd rather just sail. I'm not in any big hurry. So let's just enjoy it. I've got my spare Helly Hansen Fowley bottoms on and just a hoodie sweatshirt that I can whip over my head there to keep my ears warm. It gets quite cool out here, even though we're in the mid and it's end of June. It still's cool at night. You know, you kind of want some kind of protection. I've still got bare feet, which is probably a mistake, but we'll see. That's it. That's creepy looking. Well, it's about 1 a.m. I'm about 35 miles out of the Formentera. I've got a cargo ship passing me right now about a mile away. And other than that, I've been trying to nap and it's fine. Everything's going really well. So that's about it. The wind's kicked up a little bit, but I'm still running under only the Jenny. Got that furl just a little bit just to keep the pressure off it. Got the seas smoothed out a lot. Now they're starting to kick up again, which is surprisingly exactly what the forecast said. So I can expect rough seas all the way in now to Formentera and Ibiza. That's the way it goes. That's the way that cookie crumbles. Made some nice hot coffee, and boy, am I glad of that because it's pretty chilly out. Check back in later. Bye. So we now have made landfall. That's the lighthouse at the bottom point of the southernmost point of Formentera, or nearly the southernmost point. You can see it from 20 miles away, and I actually picked it up around 17 miles away due to its height. That's why you can see it with the curve of the earth. And that's kind of nice. In the olden days, that would confirm how far away you are. When you first picked it up, you're around 20 miles away. We know it's the one on the bottom of Formentera, the south point of Formentera, because it does 2 flashes in a 15-second cycle. So 2 flashes, 2 white flashes, and then 15 seconds later 2 white flashes. So that tells you which lighthouse it is. And again, in the olden days, that's how people knew where they were getting to. That's comforting to know that we're getting close to our anchorage. I am pretty wiped out. I wanted to go back to sleep again, but I had visions of running Kalypso aground onto Formentera, so I thought I'd better get up and start waking myself up. Might make some coffee, and I've had some crackers and a boiled egg just to kind of settle my stomach. It's been very rolly this morning again. It's not too bad right now, but every once in a while you can get a train of waves through that are 2 meters, you know, and they're sloppy. It's not smooth swell. That's about it. So good morning. We are looking at Ibiza in the background there. Formentera is that way. So landfall. I can just imagine how the early explorers felt when they actually made landfall. We're so lucky nowadays with GPS and such, we pretty much know where we're going. It's still magical to make landfall though, and to see those hills, especially islands like Ibiza that are very mountainous. It's pretty incredible. Well, not too many more hours, about 2 more hours, and I should be tucked up in an anchorage. I'm going to go for one near, there's like a connected island called Esmeralda, I think, on the north part of Formentera, and near there's a marina and there's a bay, so I'm going to go into the bay and see if I can find a place to drop my anchor or grab a mooring buoy. I don't mind paying for one, just to get some sleep, some good sleep. Whew. What a night. Can't, whoa, camera just died. I can't believe it. It's so chilly. I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt this morning. But the clouds were out and it's quite cool. I suppose it is only, no, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's cool out here. I am just south of Cape Barbaria, which is where I saw the lighthouse earlier. That's the lighthouse there. And I am heading around the other point, the other south point, and then around into an anchorage that's tucked up. And the nice thing about that particular anchorage is, since the waves right now, as you can see, are coming like this, that should be a very sheltered anchorage. Anchoring is still allowed there, rather than having to pick up a mooring ball, which I don't mind. Except I was reading at this other place, the mooring balls are upwards of 45 to 50 euros a night, and that's just for a mooring ball. That just seems very, very high. This other anchorage should actually be more protected anyhow, at the cost of a couple more hours of sailing. So that's what I'm here to do anyhow. So let's go ahead and sail over there, pop in, drop the anchor. It's supposed to be beautiful white sand. In fact, this is one of the best anchorages in the Med, supposedly. And it's early enough in the year, I might not be completely inundated with day trippers and such. And it's Monday, so it's during the week. Most people will be working, except for some of these no-good scumbuckets like me who don't work. I'm just about to pass the Cape of La Mola. It has a lighthouse like La Barbaria did, but I didn't see it. So it must have been far enough away that I didn't see it before sunrise. It's actually 16 miles, which may not sound like much if you're in a car, but if the wind has died, like it has, you can hear the engine on, I'm having to motor at about 4 knots. So it's taken a while to get around this point. Once I get around here, I am heading for the anchorage, which is another about 4 miles around the corner, I think. So it's going to be yet another hour after that. So probably another 30 minutes up to the point, and then an hour into the anchorage at least. Oh man, I'm tired. I can use this. I'm heading for the anchorage that I mentioned before, and it is absolutely chock-a-block with people, boats. These are all the day trippers, I think. So I'm going to try to find a place that's a little bit less populated so I can drop the hook and get some sleep. Because I don't really care about being in the prime position. I can always move tonight if all these people leave, and I suspect 90% of them will. Welcome to Ensenada di Tramontana. I suppose they call it that because it's a beach safe from the Tramontana winds that run from France down here across the Balearics. The water here is the most beautiful blue. It looks like something out of the Bahama Bank. I've not seen its like ever, and there's been some beautiful blue waters further west of here in Spain. This is just this beautiful light aqua blue with the white sand, the white sand underneath. It's about 7 meters deep here where I've anchored, and you can see right down to the bottom. So when I went to check the anchor yesterday, I swam over ready to dive down, and I could just see the anchor sitting there on the bottom, 7, maybe 8 meters below me, no problem at all. it is lovely here. I'm going to have to move though, because right now I've got an offshore wind, okay, that's pushing me away from the beach. But this afternoon the wind switched to the east, and I'm going to have to move, otherwise that will be a lee shore. So what I'll do is I'm going to up anchor and sail on the east coast of Formentera up to a gap between Formentera and Ibiza, cross over and along the south coast of Ibiza to a couple of calas further along from the airport. It's supposed to be very nice there, very protected, and there should be easterly winds for the next couple days, so that'll be good. I've also got a friend, second cousin of my wife, Nick, who owns a rental and apartment hire business here in Ibiza, or up there in Ibiza, who's a very good guy, and you should rent from him, by the way. And Nick is going to come out tonight and meet me, and I'm hoping he'll bring some beer, because I am down to absolutely nothing. I've got about this much wine in a bottle from last night. I do have a couple more under my feet there, but I have no beer, so it'd be nice to get some beer, put that in the fridge, and we can sit out and chill and have a chat. I don't know if he's expecting dinner. I don't have a lot to cook, but I could bring out some crisps and stuff at least. There's not a whole lot on the boat. Right, let's take a look at outside, and then I'll get on with some things. I've got a work call this morning, unfortunately, at 10 o'clock my time, which is about 15 minutes from now. Once that's done, I need to up anchor and go. I don't know who owns the boat, but it's a pretty nice boat. Uses a little more fuel than me, though. Not as eco-friendly, right? I bet he has cold beers in the fridge. Maybe I should go over and ask him. Oh, and he's British, so he probably would loan me a few beers, you think? Yeah. Let's go ask.
Join us next time as we explore Ibiza and all the beauty of that island.